Hi everyone. The first thing you're going to notice when you log into Blackboard when you get back from break is going to be the sign-in information here. So you're going to have to go ahead and update your profile. When you log in, it's going to go ahead and recognize who you are based on your login information, and then it's going to ask you to go ahead and update your profile. So then it's going to ask you for your primary email address, and it says right here your Blackboard profile uses your email address to connect to your Blackboard institution account and your Blackboard services to a single profile. If you've used one of these services before, use the same email address here. So my assumption is that you need to use your school email account. Then it's going to ask you to go ahead and upload a picture. This is kind of important because when we get into discussion boards, this will be the picture that students will see for you. And in addition, for the social media tools, which I'll talk about a little bit later, this will also be the icon that will show up. Now this will be monitored, so please make sure you don't put anything inappropriate here in this location. The other thing I wanted to mention here, you'll go ahead and put in your name that you would like displayed in your profile, again what you're studying, and then you can share some information about yourself. Remember, depending on your settings over here, this may be visible to a lot of people, so you may want to filter what you do share in this section. Then it asks for you for your privacy options. Now it says in this case it's recommended, so anyone from my institution can find and message me. That is the recommended setting, and then you can check a box to require others to request permission to follow me. That's probably how I will have mine set up. You can also do private, where everyone has to request permission. You can do hidden, so you're completely hidden, or all Blackboard users can find you. That would include Blackboard users at other schools. This is going to become more important when we talk about the social media tools in a little bit. It's going to connect up basically with Blackboard, so you can talk similarly to the way you can do in other programs. Okay, so once you complete the setup, you're going to see that the new entry point to my Blackboard is a new global navigation menu. This new menu is available all the time in the top right corner of the Learn interface. You can see up here. You can see the new My Blackboard tools going down the left-hand menu in the screenshot, so down along this side. And the numbers in red tell you if there's something that's new or needs your attention, so you'll never have to worry now about missing something. With this new global navigation menu, you can access everything you need quickly and easily. Okay, so let me point out a couple of things here. If you look at these buttons up here, this should be very similar to what you would have seen before in Blackboard. So if you go to your Courses tab, even if you are not familiar with the changes that are going on, this should look very familiar to you, and you can go ahead and click on and go directly to your course or courses just like you've done in the past. So I'm going to say 95% of what you're going to see is not going to change. This should look identical to a course that you've taken in the past. Excuse me. And so the major components of Blackboard aren't going to change. There's just a few little new features that are hopefully going to make things a little bit better. So we're going to talk about those. Okay, so once you're in your course and you want to go back up to this global navigation menu, just click on it and it's going to bring up the items. So I'm just going to go to the main page here. And let's talk a little bit more about each one of these tabs. So the main Blackboard homepage would just kind of give you a summary of all the things that you have going on in your courses. So if there's any messages, this will be that social media component. There's a calendar feature now. The posts that you have going on in your class, you will have access to those and your grades. So this is just a summary page over here. We can go directly now to this post tab, which is going to make it easier to stay up to date and engage with all the conversations that you have going on. So it's going to consolidate all the posts from your different units and your comments and replies to those posts. So hopefully it will make it much easier for you to manage your posts and keep them in a chronological order. So right here you can see this would have been my posting as a professor, and here's my posting as a student. Now the great thing about this is you can reply right from this button. And then we've gone ahead and replied quite easily. So hopefully that will save you all a lot of time and make it easier for you to check in when you have multiple classes going on. The next item that you're going to see down here looks like a clock, and it's our Updates tab. So it's going to consolidate all of the notifications from your different classes. It'll help update you on announcements, or if new content or assignments are added, or when an assignment or assessment is due. So there's going to be a lot of good information that you'll be able to locate here. Another new item you're going to see is the Calendar tab. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll tackle the grades here. Now I don't have any grades uploaded into my student account here, but if I did have them, they would go ahead and get posted here. So as soon as a student or a professor gives you feedback, let me see if I can find one. Okay, so here's an example of something you might see. So here's 2 graded assignments. If you click on one, then you can see the instructor comments here. So thanks for the post, and then you've got the grade. So that's something different. Okay, the other item here we've got is the calendar, which has been completely rebuilt. So it's my understanding that you can actually connect these to your personal calendar. Say if you have a Google Calendar or an Outlook, that you can consolidate them all into one location. And what's supposed to happen here is that you'll have due dates for items automatically appear on your calendar. Doesn't look like I have anything in here. Also, if, for example, your instructor changes a due date, that should also appear here. And you can change monthly, weekly, different kinds of views. You can customize how you want to see things as well. So this is another nice new feature for us. The next item down is the People tab. So this is your learning network, your social network. So people you want to follow or get in contact with. This will be very beneficial if you want to connect with people that are in your class, perhaps form study groups, or if you have teamwork that you have to do. I'm going to show a little video at the end of this that should consolidate and give you more information about that. Next tab here is the Messages. Should go along with that social media. And the very bottom tab here are spaces. It looks like you can create a space here within the college, perhaps an organization, or like I said, a study group or something, or you can join another one. I'm not so familiar with this particular item. Perhaps it will be better explained in the last video I'm going to give you. Okay, one more thing before we leave this page that I want to show you. So you can access any of these tabs very quickly by clicking up here at the top. And if you click on the settings here, you'll see one that says Edit Notification Settings. You can also update your personal information and some other items here. You can edit your general settings. This is how often you receive reminders and things. And then something else that's new that I want to show you here is this notification settings page. So you can determine how you want to receive, for example, announcements. Do you want it to show up on your dashboard? Do you want it to be sent to your mobile device? Do you want it to go to email? And these aren't on my page, but they are supposed to be inactivated. You can have a text message sent to your phone, which I'm going to highly encourage you all to do, because I know a lot of you aren't getting your announcements on a regular basis. So if you're getting them through your phone as an instructor posts them, you're much more likely to read it and review it. You can also check the text to voice button as well. So you're definitely going to want to go through and set up these notifications of how often, how you want to receive them and how often for each type of item. But with the announcements, I would definitely encourage you to get those sent to you via text message. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into our courses. And I want to take you to a discussion. And there's some changes that have been made to the discussion forum, so I want to mention those for you. Now, as you'll see, you'll have a picture of the author, which I think is wonderful. Also, all postings now are going to be on one page. So before we would have multiple pages down here. Now they're all going to be on one page, which I think is great. Professor or instructor posts will be highlighted now, so it will be easier for you to find posts from your instructors when you're looking at all of the other. As you can see, this one happens to be bolded, but it says there's an unread post there. Let's see if I'm not exactly sure what the highlight's supposed to look like. This one happens to be grayed out as the professor, and then myself as the student is not. So we'll have to see what happens there. The other thing that's really neat, now you can reply in line. So when you go ahead and click on reply, it's going to pop up right there. Before we would get a whole new window that would open. Now it's going to be right in line with what we've done before. And something else that's really kind of cool, I think, you might not like it so much, but the professor now has the option to limit you when you go in to make your first post, to lock you out of seeing the posts that have already been made. Let me give you an example. So when the professor actually sets up the discussion forum, they're going to have an ability to check this button, which says participants must create a thread in order to view other threads in the forum. So please be aware, many of your professors may start using this, where you actually have to post, make your initial posting before you'll have access to the forum. That's to encourage creative thinking and originality rather than letting you read what everyone else has already posted before making your initial posting. So again, don't be alarmed if you go into the discussion board and you don't see any other posts. It just means you have to make your initial post before you'll be able to see the rest of the forum. Couple other things I can't really demonstrate in Blackboard, but I have screens or pictures of. So your new student grade book in Blackboard is going to look a little bit different. So your most currently graded items are going to go to the top. So everything that's most recent will be posted at the top, and you're not going to see the traditional view like you saw in the past. So the total and the weighted are always going to appear at the top. Another really cool feature is you should be able to record video directly inside a Blackboard. So you see this little button right under the scissors for the cut. You just click on it and a webcam essentially will open and allow you to record videos. So again, your professors might be utilizing this feature in upcoming courses. Finally, I wanted to take a minute to show everyone how to forward emails from your student account. So I know a lot of you have your FSCJ account and then you have a personal email account, and you're not always as good as checking your FSCJ email as you are as your personal. So let's go ahead and just forward those emails from your student account into your personal account, and then they'll all be in one location. And the way you do that is you go ahead and log into Connections, then you're going to click on your Check Mail tab. Then you're going to go ahead and locate the gear symbol that's in the upper right hand corner and select the Options tab. From there, then you'll see a selection that asks if you would like to forward your email. So again, you'll go into your email account, click on the gear symbol, then Options, then Forward your email. Then all you have to do is type the email address that you would like the emails forwarded to and click on Start Forwarding. So I personally have my student email forwarded into my instructor account, so that works nicely. I don't miss any of the emails that might accidentally go into my student account. So just a good recommendation there. Thank you.